What's up everyone, Majin here, and in today's video, we'll be officially bringing Dragon Ball to the channel, something I've clearly been planning if you look at my very clearly Dragon Ball inspired OC. And after Daima has officially wrapped up, we'll be going over the cast of characters from weakest to strongest. But I do want to specify more clearly that this list will be going over the fighters who actually fought. So no Deborah, Abara, or Rhineless, or anything of the sort. With only one exception I'll highlight later in the video. But before we get into it, YouTube is telling me that around 91% of you guys watching are not subscribed. Crazy, right? So if you want to continue supporting the channel and seeing more of my content, the best thing for both of us is a subscription and a like and share the whole shebang. Thank you. So right off the back, I want to preface the fact that I will literally not include every character that's featured in the show, just the fighters. Sorry, Hype's fans. This also includes the characters from the main cast that showed up in episode 1, like Boo. And I also want to limit the versions of characters we'd see, or else we'd be talking all day. For example, we won't be including base adult Goku, as him and other characters similar to him in his showings are too vague to really put anywhere definitively without getting into the nitty-gritty detail. But with all that being said, let's get right into it. Our first three contenders are our 21, 20th, and 19th spots. Number 21 being Dagetsu, as he was absolutely useless and only really given reactions to everyone else's power and taken out in one shot by Mini Piccolo of all people. So this is a relatively easy person to get last place to. Moving on to 20th though, Glorio. I realize he lasts a lot longer than Vegeta in the Goma fight, but other than that, he's really outscaled by Mini Super Saiyan Goku, let alone by anyone else on this list. So that's where he's gonna have to end. But as for number 19, Supreme Kai, in both his adults and mini versions, as he's pretty featless even as an adult, so I just want to keep these versions in the same spot for the sake of clarity. As Supreme Kai, I feel it's safe to say that he's stronger than those below him, as he was stated to be relative to a Cell Saga Goku. This is relevant because this is about a year or so after the Buu Saga, so those powers are still relevant. Number 18, Piccolo. Piccolo, once again, in his mini and adult versions, he can't really be placed any higher after seeing him sell his one and only job throughout the entire series. Moving on, 17, Majin Buu. I'm placing him higher than Piccolo solely based on the fact that he was able to do what Piccolo could not and actually hit Goma in the back of the head 3 times. If that's not blatant superiority, then I don't know what is. And he's the best character in all of Daima. Now moving on to our 16th spot, we were talking about the Tagamis. And the weakest one clearly out of all 3 of them is 3, even though he's easily the coolest and the most personality. He was beaten by Mini Super Saiyan Goku, who went 2 right at the end, showing he's concretely below those levels, but above Ku, as he was way less relative than Tagami 1. But if you'd argue Ku was stronger because 1 was stated to look stronger than the other Tagami, then I wouldn't fight you hard on that. Here in the next 2 slots, I'd put both Super Saiyans 1 and 2 Mini Goku and Vegeta. These forms of Goku and Vegeta only really being below the Tagami number 2, because I'm including his Neva boost, which pushed Mini Vegeta to use his Super Saiyan 3 for the first time. And Goku's Saiyan forms hadn't really done anything wildly different than Vegeta's up until this point. So to assume that he'd just be much stronger would just be headcanon. Entering the top 10, we start out with Tagami number 1. He's assumedly the strongest Tagami based on his numbering and lore implications, like him being in the first Demon World or Goku saying that he looked like the strongest. But I also don't think the other Tagami would have helped much in the Goma fight, but who knows, as Glorio was at least able to do something, unless he got Senkai's. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. Number 9, base Majin Buu. He fought assumedly the strongest Tagami and won with relative ease, and went on to fight Mini Goku and very briefly tank all of his blows the entire fight, as well as help majorly in the Goma fight. Going into our next spot, number 8, Mini Vegeta Super Saiyan 3, low diffing 2, yes, we're just calling them numbers now, seemingly more easily than Doo, defeated 1, so he's definitely over at least base Doo. But moving into the number 7 spot with Super Saiyan 3 Doo, I want to put him just shy of the top 5 and above Mini Vegeta generally, because he could at least get up and keep fighting against Goma, especially after eating the cookie, which genuinely gives him a power boost, as we see many times in the series, allowing him to hold his own with Goku for a time until he burned out. But if you felt like Doo's energy burning out would cause Mini Vegeta to just take this spot, then that's more fair. Moving on past them to someone who's just blatantly superior is our number 6 spot, Mini Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He's above the rest of the cast below him because he did the best up until Goma, up until our next contesters, and he was the main one doing any real damage to Goma. And in our number 5 spot, we finally have Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku. With Neva's awakening, it allowed him to push Goma into his giant form, which would be assumably stronger than his base. And after that, we'd have our number 4 spot, Adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. He was able to dominate Goma for pretty much his entirety of his fight, doing better than pretty much everyone else combined against Goma up to this point, being able to seemingly destroy him with his final flash up until he just regenerated it from pretty much nothing. Now to the main villain, our number 3 spot, Goma. Goma was able to last 4 episodes against this entire list, including some of the ones higher than him via the hacks of the Territory and the Oculus. Yeah, we're just butchering all kind of pronunciations today, y'all. But regenerating and seemingly adapting new abilities as he fought. And he could outright be higher if he believed when he regenerated from Goku's Kamehameha at the end, he was going to get stronger, or if not, he just outlasted everyone. But the person that outright is superior to him, at least in strength, is our Super Saiyan 4 Adult Goku, aka our number 2 spot. I know it's probably shocking to see him not at number 1 since he dominated Goma like literally the entirety of this fight with him, but I'd like to argue someone else we really didn't get to see fight, but their abilities were some of the most powerful we've seen in Daima. For our number 1 spot, I like to introduce the Demon World Dragon and Neva respectively, as these are the 2 characters that I want to leave as the exceptions to the no fighter rule, since they really don't fight whatsoever, but I couldn't help myself but to include them. As stated many times in Dragon Ball, a dragon can only have as much power as its creator, and the Demon Realm Dragon was able to quite literally flick Goma away with one finger. And not a single person in Daima was able to replicate a feat like this. Not only did Neva create the Demon Realm Dragon, he was also able to help give birth to the new Super Saiyan 4, as well as give 2 a power boost, pushing him past many Vegeta's Super Saiyan 1 and 2 generally. And this mysterious old Namekian, I'm pretty sure just has more to offer us down the road in the story of Dragon Ball. So I feel like with all of what I've said so far and the foreshadowing that I believe is there for him, this spot just feels right. Thank you all so much for watching. This was a short one, but I was excited to make this one after Diamond's ending and what it could bring to the future of Dragon Ball. So if you want to see more Dragon Ball content, comment below, let me know, as well as like and subscribe. More videos coming soon. And until next time.